Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, depending on which time zone you're joining us from. And a warm welcome to each one of you. Thank you so much for taking your time to join this session. It's great to see you all here. We have a lot of people here joining in. So, meanwhile, while the other already you are in the session, give me a hi if you're excited to be part of this session. Great. Yes. All right. So, I think we can start now. So, yes, move to the next slide. Okay, thank you again for joining us. And my name is Soumya. I have a pleasure of hosting this very special masterclass where our speaker Amog Joshi will walk you through this session. And we have planned this very special masterclass to be an engaging and fun session. So keep sending in your comments and suggestions. And especially if you have any queries or any questions, we will answer them at the end of the session for sure. And here is a very quick poll to gauge our participants knowledge. So I'm launching the poll for you all, so please take a moment to participate in this poll. It is like your work experience, where are you from, did you attend RE certification training? These are the three questions that we have. All right. Okay, so a couple of more seconds. Nice to see people joining from United States. Okay, so so most of them, 100% of them are telling I haven't undergone the training yet, right? Okay, here are the results for you, Amok. So we have people joining in from other states and India as well. And yes, most of them have answered like, no, I haven't undergone it, the training certification yet. So, all right. So before we proceed, let us know the few value of certification. There are expanded career opportunities, agile leadership roles, increased marketability, higher earning potential, and professional creditability. So these are the few value of SAFe certification. Next slide. Yeah. And let us know few of a career impact here. So SAFe is the most popular agile scaling method, and 70% of the Fortune 100 companies are using SAFe. And an average salary of a release train engineer is dollars 1,68,020. Isn't it great? So, and yes, the demand for release train engineers is growing across industries, be it defense, banking, energy, logistics, manufacturing, and oil and gas. So this is a very impactful career, right? So there's another very quick poll for you all to understand the main reason why individuals with interest in agile release trains and solution trains don't get SAFe RTE certification despite its obvious advantages. And yeah, take a moment to answer this poll question. So what do you think is the main reason, guys? Okay. All right. So we are getting mixed opinions here. All right. So great. Thanks for participating in the poll. Yes. So Amog, here are the results of the poll. So 56% of them are telling lack of awareness. 11% are telling time and resource constraints. And again, 11% for perceived relevance and 22% for cost consideration. So do you want to tell something about this, Mo?
Yeah, this is interesting. And I think there's a lot of lack of awareness. People are not even sure that what is this certification all about, what it consists of, what are the benefits they're going to get. And the few people who are seeing cost considerations. So I think this is an investment. Even if you want to start a tea stall nowadays, you have to invest more than what you want to invest for a RT certification. And when I did my certification first, immediately within 1 year, I got a 20% hike. So that immediately gives you the benefit. So the ROI of having these certifications and having skills under your belt will add up more value than you can think of. And yes, for sure, it is an investment, but you can always talk to our KnowledgeHut partners how they can help you with that.
Yes.
Thank you, Soumya. Back to you.
Yeah. Now go to the next slide. Yes. So here you can meet our expert is Amog Joshi. He's an enterprise agile coach and SPCT candidate with 15 plus years of experience delivering customer aligned solutions globally. And he has an agile transformation leader. He fosters an agile mindset, implements frameworks, and excels in agile, XP, and DevOps practices. And yes, over to you, Amog.
Yeah, thank you. So I think this is great. Um, Maybe you can, if you want to share with me that in the chat that what motivates you to pursue the SAFe RTE program. To me, I think when the traditional uh, waterfall methodologies or PMP starts little bit fading away, and we started working in Agile, there was a lot of Scrum Master certifications that were available. Okay, so with Scrum Alliance and with Scrum.org, a lot of focus was on Scrum, and teams were working on Scrum. Okay, and in Scrum we have a small team, and we have a role of a Scrum Master, we have a role of a product owner, we have Agile teams, team members who are working on that. But the main issues starts happening when you try to scale Scrum. Yeah. So when we try to scale Scrum, we need some additional roles that are required, and RT is one of them. So when the Agile Manifesto came in 2001, till 2010-11, there's not a scaling framework. Like it took us 10 years to start a scaling framework, in fact. And Scaled Agile framework was one of the first one with come up with a lot of substance there. And that's when the term release train engineer was introduced. But those who are wondering what is release train, yeah. So this is a new terminology that we must learn. So when we work in small teams, we call them agile teams, and a team of agile team is known as a train in a scaled agile framework. So when we say team of agile team is a train, then the person who is driving this train is known as a release train engineer. So traditionally, this is very much equivalent to your program managers, but definitely the roles and responsibility and the behavior the RT should have are a little bit different from the traditional program management. Okay. So that's what motivates me and maybe a lot of people to understand why RT is such an important role in nowadays. Yeah. Now, if you see what is SAFe and how does RT role fit into the SAFe environment. In SAFe, which is the short form of Scaled Agile Framework, we have a big picture. If you go to scaledagileFramework.com, you will be able to see this big picture where we have shown various aspect of it, where here you see this is a portfolio, and then we have essential as well. Essential means if multiple teams are working for the same solution, and then we call that as a solution train. When multiple teams are working, we call it as a agile release train. If multiple trains are required, we call them as solution train as well. So this is your agile team, and this is your team of agile teams which is working to deliver a solution. Now, if you look at this, Scrum Master or team coach is working as a team level. Okay? And if we work on a train, then this is a combination. This is called RTE, and that's what we are talking about today. The role of a RTE. Okay. Going beyond, if it is large solution, it might go to solution train. Otherwise, they might work with the portfolio. So the RTE also work with your lean portfolio management as well. So what is SAFe? SAFe is a scaling framework. It is a combination of um, principles, practices like lean, agile, and DevOps at scale. So SAFe is the system that help organization to achieve business agility. And that's why on the top, if you look at on the top of the SAFe big picture, it is called business agility. So business agility is the ability to thrive in this digital age by quickly responding to the market changes using digitally enabled innovative business solutions faster than your competitors. So how can you remain ahead of your competition, and how we can respond to the changing needs of the market? Because nowadays change is the only constant. So SAFe is one of the most popular framework as per the Collabra or version 1 as well. So if you go to 16th annual State of Agile report, you'll find SAFe as one of the most popular framework for adopting business agility. Now, why SAFe is becoming so popular? Because if you look at the other options, yeah, the other options do not have too much substance. And the people who have been working in SAFe, they have been constantly giving us feedbacks that they have been getting a lot of benefits. And these benefits includes reducing time to market by around 15%, 50%. The people who are working in SAFe, they are around 30% more happier than the other teams. The defect rates is lower, around 50%. The productivity has increased, and overall the business results are better when we are working in a scaled agile framework. And now it is no more that it is a first mover advantage. In US, UK, India, and multiple parts of the world, um, around 70 plus countries, or maybe around 100 plus countries, it is being worked. Almost 20,000 enterprises worldwide is using it. This is old data again. More than a million. It was like 2020, there was more than a million practitioners, trained professionals. And if you talk about whether you have got trained professional in any other frameworks, you will hardly get it. Yeah. So that's why SAFe is very, very important. Yeah. So one more thing I just want to show you that if you want to understand why SAFe with respect to other frameworks. So if you see this y-axis and x-axis, so if you look at SAFe, if on the y-axis, if we put the applicability on y-axis, and on x-axis if you put substance means how much guidance we have available with respect to those systems. And here this is high applicability and low applicability, and low substance and high substance. All other frameworks are somewhere here. Yeah? If they are highly applicable as well, then still they have not that much substance. There is no guidance available. There are not enough trained professionals. If you go to their website, they have hardly made any effort of explaining. For example, other framework also say that we should organize around value, and we should have a dual operating system. But if you go through their websites or their training notes, this hardly any help in how do you organize around value. While SAFe is somewhere here, it is high on applicability, and it is very high on substance as well. And that's why SAFe has become very, very popular framework, and it has been adopted widely, and it is catching like fire. So recently, one of the biggest SAFe partner was also bought in by one of the biggest consulting firms as well. Um, so this is quite a good period for SAFe and also organizations that are adopting SAFe as well. Now, by this time, you already know what is SAFe, and if you want to go further, this is a website, scaleagileFramework.com. This is an excellent website. This is a big picture that I was showing you earlier, and if you click anywhere on the big picture, it will take you to that particular article. So the knowledge is free. Yeah? So it is a freely available knowledge base that anyone can access, and it can be very, very helpful. Now we are talking about RTE role today. So this is the RTE role, release train engineer. And if you go to SAFe Essentials, so even if you want to implement SAFe in a basic department, division, and you organize around value, you form trains, which is, again, I repeat, nothing but team of agile teams, you will need a release train engineer to drive the train along with your product management and solution architect. Okay? Now, what is RTE role? So this is, if you click here, and this is the same thing that I had on the slides as well. So when you go to the RTE role, this is the responsibility of a release train engineer. Okay? And that's exactly what you could see on the slides as well. So RTE responsibility, these are the summaries. This has been recently updated in version 6. Now let's go back here on the website. Let's say, what is the role of a RTE? And if you see, there are multiple roles from facilitating the various RT events to support the execution of the planning interval, coaching the agile release train, optimizing the flow, improving relentlessly. But the most important that I look at is optimizing the flow. Yeah. What is optimizing the flow? And if you go a little bit here, if say agile teams and trains strives to achieve a state of continuous flow, enabling new functionality to move quickly from concept to cache. If you see this, this is exactly uh, delivery of features to the end customers. So when we are saying optimize the flow of value, we mean that we are improving the flow of value as release train engineers. So uh, can you think of any other role which is more important than this one in SAFe framework or in anywhere in your delivery cycles? Because RT is accountable or the responsible for ensuring new features are moving quickly from concept to cache. So if I ask you, or you can think about that, that if your football team is losing all the time, if they are not able to score a goal, who gets fired? Yeah, the coach, the manager, right? But is the manager playing? Can a manager score a goal? Yeah, probably not. But then why are the poor managers or coaches are getting fired if the teams are not performing? Because they are the one who are accountable for building a high performing team. They are the one who's uh, accountable for creating flow, optimizing flow, and to reach to that goal and create a winning team. So similarly, RT is the servant leader on the train. Many people might think that, okay, RT is only a coach role, they are servant leader, and they're not accountable for delivery. If you see here, establishing full system to optimize the flow of value. And flow of value means that enabling new features to move quickly from concept to cache. It means actually delivering, right? Indirectly, if you see, they might not be actually working on the delivery, but they are accountable for aggressively removing the impediments so that the teams of agile teams, they can work together in a cross-functional independent manner as much as possible and deliver value. But how to achieve that? Yeah. So the RT training that we go through, and via KnowledgeHut, we try to help prosperous Scrum Masters or advanced Scrum Masters or program managers to have that mindset shift, that how they can focus on delivery, how they can focus on optimizing the flow of value, how they can facilitate various events where they are not becoming bottleneck, but they are able to decentralize decisions to their scrum master, product owners, and how can we work towards gaining the right benefit from a high performing team. So these are the responsibilities I have taken you through. Again, I'm reminding, this is a very nice big picture. This is full configuration. And if you click on RT, you will be able to know what are the roles and responsibilities of a RT. Okay. Now, further, what are the skills and competencies that they are requiring? What are the behaviors that you need as a RT? Okay. So there are multiple behaviors. The list is not exhaustive. But first and foremost, you need to be an active listener. Yeah, the listening skills should be great. Okay? Sometimes you have to hear what is not even said. And sometimes your teams might come to you just so that you can hear them, and they're not asking for solutions, but they need someone to hear and validate what they are going to do. So an RT should be an active listener. Uh, Also, if I would like to see ART, mostly people ask me, Amog, I want to become a RT. So should I start looking for a new job, or should I try to become a RT within my organization? So it is a tough call. It depends on a lot of context, but a RT needs to know how to navigate uh, within the policies and politics of the organization. So I'll prefer that if you want to become a RT, you stay with your organization, you stick with some time, you learn about the policies, procedures, politics, so then you know how to get things done. You know how to negotiate. You know how to influence without exercising the authority, because you have built that relationship within your organization. If you join a new organization, it will take time. I'm not saying that it is not possible, but it will take some time. So be patient when you're doing it. For RT, it is also important that you learn with big room or large group facilitation techniques, because when we are talking about a train, it is team of agile teams. So 50 to 125 plus people working together for a common solution. So it is very important that we work uh, on our facilitation skills. We work on relationship building as well. So these are some of the competencies that are required. So as a servant leader, the RT is a servant leader on the train, while the Scrum Master is the servant leader of the team. Now, servant leadership, the word has been removed from the Scrum Guide nowadays, and they are referring to as true leader. But in SAFe, we still have that servant leadership concept. So servant leaders are the people who know that their growth comes from the growth of others. Okay? Servant leaders are the people who create leaders, not followers. And there is a video as well, Turn the Ship Around by David Market. And in this video, at the end, he says that you have achieved greatness not because you have done something great, but you have created an environment in which the people around you have been able to achieve greatness. And that's the role of the RT. It's not that you do something great, it is the environment that you need to create, the psychological safety that you need to create, where all the teams can work together and you focus on the growth of the people. So you encourage and support the personal development of each individual and the development of your teams, and you support their commitment. Okay? And you help them to have a purpose. You let them know what is the purpose, and how they want to achieve it, leave it to them. Never micromanage. So these are some of the characteristics of a servant leader, and as RT, there of course you are a servant leader. Now in this training in RT, we talk about all these practices, and I also particularly take people through their own personal growth. For example, we try to create uh, a uh, a map of what are the skills that they have, okay, out of 1 to 5, and then we try to see that, okay, out of the 8 or 10 skills that they need. For example, if they are only talking about 5 skill sets, so we can stick to 5, or if they want to talk about 7 or 8 skill sets, we can get to 8. So let's say these are the 4 skills that you want to learn on. So first you measure how are you doing on that particular skill. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and we can have a fifth one as well. And then we identify, and we try to discuss that how, if you're doing something not great, if you're at 1, what are the options that you have? How can you take this skill from 1 to 3? So when I started my career, I had a great problem at listening skills. I had a very bad listening skills, and I know that, okay, I'm at 1 out of 5 on my active listening. And then in this training, we discussed the techniques that I used. How can we improve our active listening skills? How can we create our own individual transformation plan? Okay. So we talk about all these attributes of a RT, and we also go through uh, how can we improve them. So when we take this training with RTE, we talk about what are the roles and responsibilities. So you are very, very clear that these are the roles and responsibilities of a RTE. We talk about behaviors. So what kind of behaviors, what kind of skills, social skills that you need to become a RTE. We try to have a good discussion on that as well. Also, we try to talk about one of the biggest anti-pattern that we see in an RTE, that if you look at this is a very centralized role. And RT connected to each and everything on the big picture. RT is facilitating design thinking workshop. They are facilitating PI planning. They are responsible for forming community of practices for DevOps. They are coaching Scrum Masters. They are working to collaborate between product management and architects. They work with business owners to assign business value during the PI objectives. They work with portfolio management. They work with Epic owners to see how they are tracking. If it is a large solution, they work with solution management to coordinate between trains. They are the one who talks about the backlog. They become the custodian of the backlog when you are doing your first PI planning. They are the one who will roll up the PI objectives. So if you see everything on this big picture, RT has to play a part. Now, if the RT is uh, doing all these things, then he or she can be very thinly spread. Then they will be very difficult for them to give a value, because they are very thinly spread. They are doing everything. So there are tricks and techniques that how can we decentralize decision making? What are the things that we can delegate to other people, and what are the things that we have to keep it with us and we don't delegate it? We have to do it ourselves. So that's one important thing that we have to discuss. The second aspect that we discuss in our training is about SAFe principles. So there are 10 SAFe principles, and each of these principles are very, very important for RT to exemplify in their RT role. So we discuss about these principles. For example, apply systems thinking is one of the principles. And attributes of a system is that optimizing a component does not optimize the entire system. To optimize the entire system, we have to optimize the full value stream. Okay. So this is one of the attributes of a systems thinking. So how can we bring these principles into practice? So what are your stories? What are the behaviors? And we share some real life examples where we help people to understand how they can implement these principles in a RT role and get the benefit out of them. Okay. Now, if I may ask you, if you learn how to swim from YouTube videos and then try to jump in a deep blue sea. Yeah, I don't think it is a good idea. You can do it, but just once. You won't be able to do it twice. So all these principles are important. The theory is also important, but how to bring these principles into practice? That's what we learn in our RT training as well. Okay? And then finally, we talk about the train. We try to understand what exactly is a train, what are the various roles on a train, how is RT communicating with system architects, product management, solution management, what is the role of the business analyst, what is the role of the systems team, and what are the coordinations that RT needs to have a systems team. We also talk about the anti-patterns between these three roles, where everyone start thinking that I am the boss, or sometimes everyone start thinking that RT is the boss and RT becomes the bottleneck. Once we have built up the good understanding about the RT rules and responsibilities, what is a train, roles of a train, etc., then we start preparing for the PI planning. So PI is a planning interval which is 4 to 6 iterations, or every iteration is for 2 weeks, every iteration is 2 weeks. So once we have a clear understanding about the RT roles and responsibilities and what is a train, what are roles on the train, we start the preparation for this PI. Because as a RT, you have to work as a custodian of the art backlog for the first PI planning. Later on, your product management and system architects might get very active and they might do the needful. But that's what we need to understand. How do we prepare for the PI planning? Because if you don't have a great backlog health, it will be very, very difficult for you to have a successful PI planning. And PI planning is very important to SAFe. And many people say that if you're not doing PI planning, you are not even doing SAFe. So that's what we discuss, how to facilitate PI planning, what is the role of a RT during the PI planning, and we take it to the next level as well. Also, we talk about how to do the execution, how to do PI planning in a distributed environment, and how to visualize your roadmap as well. So how do you identify, how do you prepare for PI planning, how do you train your teams, how do you get mature, how we are doing inspect and adapt, which is a combination of your um, review and retrospectives. We also talk about the some common factors, for example, Techman's model, which is about how do you know your team is forming, storming, norming, and how do they become high-performing teams. We also talk about coaching, that sometimes we have to act as a coach. We don't have to give answers to the team. We have to become, we have to wear a coach hat where we have to ask powerful questions and let our team find the answers for that. Okay? So that was all the information that we cover in our RT training. This is for 3 days. You should have launched one or more arts, Agile release train. And if you're a Scrum Master, I think you are a good candidate for becoming an RT as well. That's what your next level is. This is not yet another training or program to understand the role of a RT. It is a experiential learning to learn from experienced SPCTs who have launched dozens of trains and have a decade of scaled agile implementation background. And this is an opportunity to co-create and build that network with those people, so that even after those 3 days of the training, once you need them, they are there to support you for launch of your trains as well. Yeah. So this is the learning journey for the SAFe. So we have our implementing SAFe. These are some of the certifications that as KnowledgeHut we do. Apart from your RT, RT is role-based curriculum. These are the role-based trainings. And if you want to become a trainer as well, then this implementing SAFe is for you as well. And KnowledgeHut is a gold partner for SAFe, and they deliver, and we deliver all these trainings that you see on the slide. Okay. So what are the next steps? The first step is to get trained. Contact our KnowledgeHut support team. Get trained. Once you get trained, you get 30 days to take the exam. Our trainers will help you to understand how to pass the exam as well. Take the exam and get certified. And once you get certified, you get a lot of toolkits, templates, which you can use it for your daily work as well. So it is just not a certification. It is also helping you to get the toolkits. For example, let's say This is your, for example, this is your SAFe Collaborate, which you get access to. And if you see here, you get SAFe toolkits. So with the training, you also get access to these SAFe toolkits, which is included in your certification. And by using these toolkits, you should be able to access various facilitation guides, various um, checklists that how to launch PI planning. You get a lot of checklists that, okay, if I want to do my first PI planning, these are the things I need to take care of. So with the toolkits, you get a lot of facilitation guide. For example, if you can see here, facilitation guide for backlog refinement, facilitation guide for the code sync meeting, for inspect and adapt. Also, you get toolkits, a lot of toolkits. You see here, value stream mapping toolkit. How do you organize around value? Uh, that is your art identification and workshop toolkit. You also have PI planning and art execution toolkit, PI planning. So version 6 has been there now. So you get access to all these toolkits, and which are very, very beneficial to you. With that, I'll leave the room for any questions. Over to you. If you have any questions, we can take any questions. If not, happy learning, and you can get in touch with our um, customer success champions who can help you to enroll for this training.
Yes, I think we have a question here. So, Nidhi, she's asking, does this include any additional resources on SAFe Studio? So, I already have a leading SAFe certification.
Yes, so depending on your certification, you get various resources. So if you have a RT certification, you get the RT execution, PI planning, and all other toolkits as well. So there are some additional resources that you get enabled when you do a RT certification. Also, you become part of the RT community as well, which you can do anyways. But once you become a RT, the certification itself is more valuable, because now there are a lot of openings that has been there in the market as well as a RT as well.
Yes, so any other questions? Yeah, thanks for answering. Nidhi says, thanks for answering, Amol. Thanks for the question, Nidhi. Yes. So Prem is asking how 3 days are sufficient for this course.
So again, this is introduction. As I said, in 3 days you get along with what are the functions, what are the roles and responsibility of a RT, how you can start playing the RT role. And the 3 days are not that you become an expert RT, but this is a starting point. But if you don't start, then you can never be on that path. So to be on some path, you have to at least start for that. So this is your starting point. And RT certification is also for RTs who has been playing a RT role. What are the challenges that they are facing? So if you see the implementation roadmap, the RT training is also scheduled at the end of the implementation roadmap, where if you have already played a RT role, if you are already playing a program manager role traditionally, this certification will help you to bring a new mindset, and also a few other things that are important for playing a RT role in your SAFe implementation. And how can you launch few more trains? How do you grow up from a RT role as well? So the 3 days are not sufficient to become an expert RT, but this is your starting point to get some answers to the challenges that you are facing in the role that you are playing.
Okay, so he's again asking how RT role is different from release manager.
Now, I may not be able to answer that very exactly, because different organizations have a different role altogether. So release manager in one organization might be different in the release manager in another organization. So we don't have a one standard definition of release manager, but the role of a RT is, as I said, the most important role of a RT is that they are accountable and they are responsible for optimizing the flow of value. Yeah. So if you can map this with your release manager role in your organization, you will know what is the difference.
Yes, I hope that answered your question, Prem. So Subramaniam is asking, I am a SAFe 5.1 SSM. Though I have upgraded to SAFe 6.0, Is SAFe SSM required or can directly go for RTE?
No, you don't need, if you already a SSM for SAFe 6.0, you can directly go for a RT training. I recommend if you're playing a RT role or a program manager role, it is a good fit for you. But yes, you don't need to do Scrum Master certification to go for a RT role.
Okay, thank you. And Abhishek is asking, I am a certified SAFe Agilist version 5. My certificate is expired now. So how can I upgrade myself to version 6 and activate my certificate?
Yeah, you can log into the SAFe Studio, and by logging into the SAFe Studio, you should be able to get a prompt which will help you to upgrade to version 6. There is a fee for upgrading. Also, you can, when you log into SAFe Studio, which is community.scaleagile.com, on the top you will see a icon, your picture, and you can click and you can write to support as well. So they will help you to upgrade if you don't have the auto population of the upgraded version. Also, there are some FAQs which is related to the upgrade as well. You will be able to see it there as well.
All right, so thank you, Mo, for answering the questions. And any other questions? We do not have any questions coming in. So we can move to the next slide. Yes, this is a SAFe RTE course highlights. You get 24 hours live instructor led and 24 PDUs, professional development units, as Amog explained some time back, and 24 SEUs, Scrum education, and 1 year SAFe community membership. And you will get access to scaled agile community of practice and exam fee included in course fee. And this is the curriculum, right? I think this was already explained by Amok.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you ready to start your safe journey with KnowledgeHut? We can move to the next slide, Amok. Yes, so before getting started with SAFe, you have to follow these three simple steps. So find the right SAFe learning partner and follow the roadmap and learn more about SAFe Enterprise subscription. These are the three simple steps you have to follow. And yes, so let me tell you why you should select KnowledgeHut as your SAFe learning partner. Yes, KnowledgeHut is a Gold SPCT partner of Scaled Agile as informed by Amog. So being a Gold SPCT partner means that KnowledgeHut has established a strong partnership with Scaled Agile and is recognized as a trusted provider of safe training and consulting. So yes, and KnowledgeHut has achieved a high level of proficiency in delivering safe services and is recognized as a trusted provider in the safe ecosystem. So you'll have all these points: highly certified and experienced consultants, and advanced capability to deliver safe training, and extensive safe consulting experience, continuous improvement and contribution to safe community, and exceptional customer satisfaction, right? So, so KnowledgeHut as a global leader in agile transformation, here are the numbers. So you can find 300 plus agile transformation facilitated, and KnowledgeHut is a top 10 global scaled agile training provider, and in 100 plus countries and still counting, and 100 plus years of collective experience in agile transformations, and 250,000 plus professionals trained in agile and scrum, and 650 plus top trainers across the globe. So we also have 7,000 plus reviews. And KH, I mean KnowledgeHut as a workforce management, we have more than 450,000 plus alumni. Um, and 4,500 plus enterprise partners across 100 plus countries. Right. So another key differentiator for KnowledgeHut is the advanced immersive hands-on AI-based learning platform, which is Prism. This is the Prism tool which you'll be using once you enroll to the course. So you can learn, practice, get assessed, and get insights. So all these you can have it in Prism. And yes, so the for the people who are once in the sessions, you'll have these exclusive bonuses for you. You'll get lifetime access and complimentary gift worth rupees 2,150 and 30 minutes one-on-one slot with our SAFe expert. These, what are you waiting for? So get enrolled now. And yes, this is the thing which I was telling you. You'll get a free worth of rupees 2150. This is here. You'll get a lifetime access and which is for free, which includes 8 hours of on-demand videos, 13 auto-graded assessments, 11 assignments, 13 recall quizzes, and 13 ebooks. So this is it. You have any questions regarding the KnowledgeHut? You have any questions regarding the course, we can answer them for you, or else our sales consultant will obviously contact you. We'll give a couple of more seconds for the people who, if you have any questions. And if not, I think we can wrap the session or more.
Hey, thank you everyone for participating, and I really appreciate your feedback. And please join us to know more. Thank you.
All right. So fees and certification cost. Yes, we'll get in touch with you, Prem, as soon as possible by tomorrow. So we'll tell you everything in detail. Our sales consultant will call you back. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Prem. And yes, thank you everyone for your time. Enroll today and get the all goodies which we have to offer. And thank you, Amog, and cheers everybody. And after the session ends, you'll be directed to a survey question. So please participate in the question and give us your valuable feedback. Right? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next session.